this, making it to look small like a church mouse. My Africa, your mind is still low. You used to be in debt and indebted, but now you are forever broke and in debt. What is this? What what is this on Africa's mind? Who gave you food poisoning again? Oh, my Africa. You were in debt, but now you are forever broke and in debt. Who gave you food poisoning again? My Africa, your mind is still love, even today. And I know that one thing will always be, and that is the African mind. Thanks.
And gentlemen, I'm representative of Golden Crest Academy, standing before you Sotobu Success. I'm here to give a spoken word poetry on the African mind. The African mind. Caged in the prison of primitivity, their mentality is nothing but abstract lousity. They are proud of what they brought but ashamed of their own product. They are proud of their own torture but afraid of their colonial masters. Dofu, they, no. We remain hungry, always thinking about things that are not, good. See? Like our days. We always think about things that are never agreed. We carry out our rotting shoulders that we can't even breathe. Like other species, we try succession but never succeed. But if only we can romance our mind to the ecstasy of critical thinking, not shut our eyes to the darkness of destruction, the darkness of destination. Nip the bud of corruption and killing. Then we are indeed the Africans. Thank you.
I'm from Senior Academy Secondary School, Ole. I'm here to present a poem titled The African Mind. Your path used to be a name to me. Not until I saw the lights accompanied by your words. It's so obvious, serious, and I took it as the previous thought. Your race is never artificial, so I regard you as essential to make the world beneficial. My own endowment, my own existence is not an endowment. So I take every moment to be special. So wild, I never mind. Your palace used to be a light to me, not until I saw the water accompanied by your words. You're so obvious, serious, that I took it as a previous thought. So close to me, as every of my existence is an endowment. So everything becomes a previous thought. Though my mind is ambitious, but my heart remains conscious. I am that universe, free from discrimination. Although I'm dark in complexion, but my mind is made of gold and forever bold. So wide and never mine. Allow me to express this treasure of mine. When I sleep to slumber, your presence is all that I remember. If I was given a chance to be born into this world, I still will go with pleasure to be born into that world, mind, galaxy, made of gold. I mean, the African mind. From Yoruba School. Let's present a poem titled The African's Mind. I am an African with an African man. Not because my skin is black, but because my mind is engaged by Africa. I am an African with an African mind. Not because I live on the soil, but because my mind is at home in Africa. I am an African. I am an African with an African mind. For her people treats me like a family and teaches me the meaning of a community. I am an African with an African mind. I'm an African with an African mind. When the stories of Africa echoes around the fire, my feet walk in the pathways of our mighty empire, and I become the footprint of history. When Africa weeps for our children, when Africa weeps for our children, my sheets are stained with tears. When Africa honors an elder, my head is bowed in honor. When Africa mourns for a beating, my hands are joined in prayer. I'm an African with an African mind. Because she is the cradle of our birth and the foreground and the grand bearer of our death, and nurtures an ancient wisdom, the African man, made up of strength, courage, bravery, intelligence, excellence, and wisdom. Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ewa Mazino from St. Michael's College. I'm here to recite on the poem, The African Mind. Desperately wicked, full of dishonesty, selfish. Trust me, I, not us, as pride as a peacock, the African mind, deceitful, a snake under the green grass, a green-eyed monster, unpredictable as the chameleon. Ah, the African mind. Some people will say you are dark and evil. Others will say you're wicked. Some will say you're kind. I see kindness right in you. You are a wide-eyed mind. Oh, the African mind. Protective, productive, creative, constructively active in all activity. A pillar to a weak child. Oh, the African mind. As bold as a rock, as a lion, and as strong as a rock. The African mind. Hardworking. Fighting the fight of faith and freedom. Religious. Thankful and grateful to the giver of grace. Oh, yes, the African mind. Accommodating, black, beautiful, peaceful, respectful, ready for responsibility. Fantasy of our forefathers. Yes, the African mind. Great African.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Odimaitron from the prestigious Anglican Grammar School, Ozoro, and I'm here to recite a spoken word poetry titled The African's Mind. Listen and be inspired. Sometimes I just imagine the magic created by the African mind. It goes beyond innovation in education. Even though we've been through trials and tribulations, but we came out in congratulations. You see, the African mind has brought a solution to the situation of degradation in our nation. How? By imagination, initiation, innovation, and creation to lift us from economic recession. We've gone through perspiration for perfection and excellence competition for recognition. Yes, recognition. Now, I choke when I see some Africans like you living their pockets and struggles and tussles and hustles. Now, I'm not saying that we're the best. I'm only saying that we're the best among the best, and the best in the best way. Now we are on a search for identity. This is pure dexterity and charity and clarity. There's no faculty of impossibility in our responsibility. Even the Holy Book says, let this man be in you, which was in Christ Jesus. That man is you, yes, you. That man is us. That man is greatness. That man is Gen X. Thank you.
Of Emory Grammar School and the poet of this poem, The African Mind. My granny called me and asked, should I stay back this year and come the next? As an African kid with an African mind, I thought, oh no, granny, I'm gonna miss my cheese and my bananas. I wasn't thinking of my grandma's presence. I was thinking of the banana and the cheese. That's my logical mind. That's the African mind. In my school, my teacher once asked me, algebra, probability, which do we start with? As an African student with an African mind, I thought, algebra is simple, yes, but I prefer probability. Not because I couldn't do algebra, but I was thinking, probability is much simpler. That's my calculative mind. That's the African mind. Even my own career counselor asked me, psychiatry, psychology, which do you prefer? As an African star with an African mind, I prefer psychology, not because I couldn't do psychiatry. But psychiatry deals with the defects of the brain. Psychology deals with the mind, the soul, the environment, and the relations with the brain. That's my dream, my vision, my aspiring mind. It's the African mind. My African mind, your African mind, the genest African mind. It evolves with ideas, revolves around ideas. For out of African mind comes stars and potentials that cannot be comprehended. That's my African mind, your African mind, the genest African mind. Shine.
Priest from Fisher Light Group School, Ole. And I'm here to speak on the topic which says the African mind. In the word, baked and fried with the notion that the owners of the Alukara materials are primitive. Therefore, their place in the world of fabric is but a tiny single stroke pattern that adds little design. And we Africans have said this. I wonder, where is the African mind? The white believe that they are light, and when they shall, we Africans must marvel and respect whatever beam thrown at us. Even when they stood from overseas, we Africans receive their feasts with joy, forgetting home cooking. I wonder, where is the African mind? All of a sudden, black is being called colored. But I take a step back to remind you that they white when they sneeze, they red. But I black when I sneeze, I black. They white when they cold, they blue. But I black when I cold, I black. So now I ask, who is colored? Black or white? And yet we receive the message of us being colored with joy. I wonder, where is the African mind? The African waist no longer wants to wear the African attire because it feels that the American jean is more comfortable for the African weather. Now I ask again, where is the African mind? Stop bleaching your mind thinking you can fit into the Africans, into the white man's culture. Black is not a color, but an attitude, a way of life, an African mindset of pure belief. So when I walk in the streets of my heritage, I want to be seen as an African with an African mindset. Even though I transmit to you with the diction of a borrowed tongue, I do not want to be seen as borrowed, but a true African with an African mind. Thank you.
I'm a student of Igbonia Grammar School. I'm here to speak in the topic that said African mind. Oh, the African mind. Mind of blood warriors. I never knew you, but your blood flow in my veins. Oh, the mind of peace. The mind of joy and happiness. The mind of work. Oh, the mind of life. You are not eastcom. You are brave, bold, and not boastful. You are more than a conqueror. That you think so fast. Oh, the African mind. So compassionate and full of love. A mind safe and orderly surrounding. God. Oh, the African mind. M stands for mellifluous. I stand for endurable. N stands for nasty. Then D stands for distant. That is the African mind. Thanks.
I would like to say, good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ujefe from Evergreen Academy. I'm here to recite a poem titled The African Man. Don't call my African a moron after stealing her meals, poisoning her food, and make her look poor. My Africa, your mind is still colonized till today. What? Too much have we dragged our slippered feet through round stab, incompetent self-defense. Africa, what has affected your mind? You used to have a sharp-suited mind. Now you are broken and indebted. Your indigent are misled. Oh, Africa, you be in debt and independent. Africa, what has happened to you? The seat of the government, labored at this dice. They took the most that tells the greatest lies. Africa, what do you have in mind? The greatest riot, the riot squad parades the avenue like lions' pride, testing their chinos. Africans, can I brainwash you? You get birth, you breastfeed your children with diseases. They in turn raise their hands against you. African children are on denial as they retire from their Africanism. What is this? Oh, Africa, the African mind. Between Alpha and Omega, in this, our revolution ends from what to a better Africa. Thanks.
My name is Ogbaodu Jorogini, and I'm the poet of this poem. Mother Africa, like a pregnant woman whose baby, male or female, remains a child. But one thing follows it. It is driven by the tradition of the land, the beliefs of its people, the tenets of its culture, and the values of the land. A voice spoke to me with a little comfort. If we cry of our torment, what heart will listen to our clamor that grows in us like a tumor? On what now will I lay my past? I said, and the voice said, just put them away and move on. And I said, but I go back to them so fast. And he said, that's because you bother yourself on so much. Just listen to what Mother Nature had to say. You are great. Make your heart still and silent. View to the past. Feel the beauty of standing erect and alive. There is no mountain too great. You are higher than what you think you are. And I moved on with these words, and I took it for no joke. And I saw that it worked a lot for me, no fakes. And I went back and I said, where is my little friend? And she whispered to me, I am here, don't worry. And I said, where are you? Could I know your name and where you live? And it said, I am the African mind, and I live in you. We see danger, smile at his face, and take out.
Okay, thank you. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Clinton Umnadi Richard. I'm a student of Jim Fresh Grammar School, and I'm here to present a poem titled The African Mind. The African mind, a mind of hope and optimism, a voice of freedom. The African mind, a mind crowned with dignity and full of honor. The African mind, a mind that thinks higher because the mind is full of fire. The mind of we Africans is strong as that of a rock and bold as that of a lion. As in the lives of Nelson Mandela, he stood to secure the light and the future of the Africans. The African mind, the African spirit. So we Africans, we walk in brotherhood. One mind, one hope, one freedom. That is the African mind. Thank you.